Hello everyone, Malakith here, and as the title implies, I'm sure some of you will be happy to hear, Line Battles will be making a return to the channel. However, it will not be as Napoleonic Wars, it will be under the game Holdfast Nations at War, which we will talk about at a later after the regiment talk, so if you want to skip over that, I'll put a link for you to click up on the screen, so you can just skip that if you're only interested in finding out about Holdfast. For the guys interested in finding out about the regiment, I'll be starting up a new regiment called the 35th Royal Sussex Regiment of Foot, which is picked because it's British, and the game has British in France at the moment. And it's also my local county, so I might actually be able to find some information out about them locally, which is more of an interest for me. But so the regiment will be a fresh start. You will see several faces you probably recognise, but it is a new break from the 77Y and anything to do with that. They will be doing their own thing. And if you wish to find out some more information, I will put down in the description of this video a link to the forum page on Holdfast and the Discord where you can come in and register your interest. Because the game isn't out yet, I'll discuss when it's coming out and all that sort of stuff later. Actually applying to join a regiment, you know, it's not really feasible because nobody's got the game. So at the moment I'm using Discord as a sort of a method of you registering your interest, and when the game releases, I'll throw a message out, and all those who wish to proceed because they've bought the game will go through the usual proper recruitment process and get into the regiment proper. Of course, up until then, you're free to stay in the Discord and follow all the announcements, which will be tracking all the dev blogs and things. You're also free to come into the TeamSpeak and play whatever other games are all playing at the time if that's what you want to do. For those worried about Discord and that don't really like using it, don't worry too much. It's mostly being used to replace having a website and a forum, because I'd found those didn't really add anything, and this is just a bit simpler to set up. The TeamSpeak will be the main place where all of in-game communications and things will be happening. Anyway, onto the game itself. So you should have seen video footage playing in the background. As you can tell, it is also a Napoleonic set game, much in the same way that Napoleonic Wars was. So the creators are 3 guys, and I think they do have some outsourced help for the artwork especially, but the main 3 guys, 2 of them, the producer and the 3D artist, come from the Napoleonic Wars project, so they've got lots of experience in that area. The programmer, however, I don't think was involved in any sort of game like that before. He had some history in greenlit titles. I think one was called No Photos Please. I haven't personally heard of it, but having seen them and spoke to them, and they've very kindly given me some early preview access to give them feedback and things. I can't say too much about it because of non-disclosure. But what he's able to achieve is pretty impressive, and the speed it happens in. One thing, they seem to be very reactive as a dev team. You know, they go, hey, have a look at this, what do you think? And we go, this doesn't feel quite right, and they'll go away and tweak it. A week later they'll drag you in for another test and go, how about now? And up until now they've done a great job of that. They've fixed pretty much every major issue me and some of the other guys in there have found, as far as I'm aware. So it's looking good, and hopefully they will continue that through the life of the game. They're also they're not just working with the guys they've got in for the test, they're also directly on the forum. Quite a few of the changes have actually come in from the forum, where you guys in the community have been going, hey, we want this, and then it just shows up. So definitely, if you're interested in the project at all, get on their forums. They use all the social medias as well. I'll try and put as many links in the description as I can for you to follow and find. Just get involved. I mean, at the moment I know they're taking suggestions for maps, so if you want to have a specific map idea that you would like to see, you can go on their forum, put a post up, and if they like it, they'll go and make it. Or it may even be sort of crowdsourcing ideas, such that, you know, if lots of people like an idea, they'll go and do it. I'll put all the links, you can go investigate for yourselves. So in terms of how it's releasing and when it's releasing, so there's not a donation thing, they're completely self-funding, but what they will be doing is, at a point later in the year, they are going into Steam Early Access, and the idea behind that early access is nearly all of the core functionality of the base game will be in there. So that's land battles, naval battles, which is something that NW did very poorly, and these guys have done pretty well. And I believe coastal battles, although that possibly won't be quite so well developed, will be in there and playable. And then they'll have their development roadmap go up, and I think they're going to use the community to sort of go, which things would you want done first, and they will drive their effort based on the community's input. So if you want, more naval stuff put in, that will get pushed to the top of the list. If you want cavalry put in, because at the moment it is only infantry, they're just focusing on the core infantry, skirmisher, artillery kind of deal. Cavalry's going to come later. They have said cavalry's coming. A few people in the forum seem to be like, oh, they're not doing cavalry. It's like, no, they are doing cavalry, just not for the very first early access release. Because they need to get feedback on the systems they're doing, and that's the way they want to run it. If you're not happy going into an early access game, don't get into an early access game. Wait for it to release. You'll have all the features you want then. They do, I think it's a weekly blog on Sundays. They have direct access through forums and Discord. I think they also post on a Steam group, Facebook, and Twitter. So you can follow any of them. Check the description for links. One thing that they are big on is that they're focusing on public play, but also competitive play. So the line battles and stuff you used to see on my channel would be competitive play. They're doing their best to keep that community interested, because I think ultimately that's what keeps the game going long term, really, is having the people have something to focus on and invest themselves in the game with. So don't worry about that. They are invested in that. They're intending to keep doing constant updates. I don't think they have any sort of paid DLC plans, but they seem to be willing to post any information like that if you ask them. What else can I say? Ah, yes. So the general feel of the game is very similar to Mount and Blade. It's a directional melee system. There's shooting with proper bullet drop and realistic ranges. One thing that they had a video that went up with an officer duel the other day, and it just showed a short clip of one set of shots going off, and the British officer, which was me, getting shot in the head. Now, a lot of people went, oh, the guns are too accurate. You'll never hit with a pistol at that range. That took a lot of takes of that clip to get a shot to hit. They are not deadly accurate. The accuracy is actually pretty good, and I like it more than Mount and Blade Napoleonic Wars gunfight by a long way. What else can I say? The naval combat is very interesting. You don't seem to jut around on the ship like you do in NW and just Mount and Blade in general. It seems quite solid. You've got some nice sort of cannon play. They've got a range of ships. I'm not sure how much detail I can give, so I'll err on the side of caution. They got some various different sizes. I think one of their roadmap goals is to look at doing a much bigger ship if people want it. At the moment, it's kind of aimed at, I guess, sort of below 16, 20 guns a side. At a ballpark guess. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact number. But it's enough, and they're all individually fired, and one guy's the captain, and he's driving the ship. And you have control over the sails. It's nice. It's a nice break from the land combat as well. Now, so far they've been doing reasonably small amounts of player tests. They're looking to ramp up the tests to stretch the player count. They are going for a large player count as their goal. What they actually achieve as a number that's sort of stable and reliable isn't known at the moment, but they're aiming for big, for what people are used to. There's not more I can say on that, really. And until they're finished and they've done all their improvements and they've even tried that many people, nobody can really say anything. It is available through Steam. I believe they said it was going to be €20, £15, somewhere around that region. They haven't given an actual release date yet. It's to be announced. But they are aiming for the early access to be this year, is the extent of the information I've been given. So, hopefully that's given you enough information on what Holdfast is. If you have any more questions, be sure to put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Alternatively, go check their forums. There's a lot of questions and answers on there. Or if you want a more immediate response, go hit their Discord chat. The dev team are pretty quick at replying, to be honest. I'm sure they work shifts or something, because they seem to be on at all times of day. So anyway, hopefully that was enough information for you. Thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.